Yo, evening guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is a psychiatric, self-therapeutic, multimedia project to solve problems, challenges, and obstacles in our lives, as well as a self-improvement process to reach high school's inhibitions that we have set for ourselves as well as for violence. If you'd like a brief introduction, brief summary as to how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into domains of life, sub-series, analogies, so on and so forth, check out the previous live streams for the past 3.5 years for straight to January 2021 for the updated versions, including the live stream content, copyright-free music, and so on and so forth, including how we do this stream, 15-minute live stream into 3 phases and 11 segments that won't take too much of your time. That being said, second segment as usual, there's going to be Solv, a 5 standing for version 1.5. A rule to break all the rules, a system principle to free myself from the system, to be purely practical and just get whatever needs done, most urgently done. And secondly, of course, you can skip even this shortened abridged 1-minute introduction, diving into about maybe a minute to a minute and a half on Twitch, YouTube, especially watching after the fact and instead of live. That being said, let's take a look on screen. What you see is what you get. There's a lot of stuff here, incredible amount of stuff here, from groceries to food, nutrition, where there'll be commentary, storytelling all over it, covering finances, equipment, work-related stuff, as well as materials, devices like a new laptop, and you see a title as well, laptop, rollerblades, and sports equipment, and so on. So let's just dive right into it. We don't have a lot of time to say. I will say that in addition to this, there will probably be another stream after this one because we can't cover everything. So we're going to start off with where we had last time. We're going to have this kind of collage at the backdrop. Maybe I should cover it right now, so I'll just do it on the right hand side panel. I think that's one that's the easiest to magnify. Top right hand corner. Nope, I'm mistaken. Top left hand corner, sorry. So we can see here that yes, it is. So we have the receipt at the very top, which I'm going to hide away a little bit. But you can see me fitting on the rollerblade, so we'll get into that in a bit of detail. So you see the collage here, me trying 2 different sizes, one for size 9 and one size 11. Obviously, I think I can tell which one is the better fit, is the 11. So I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to get through these individual photographs on their own later on. Over here we have, once again, at the very top, size 8, size 9, and size 11. We see on the rack as well that they have ice skates now instead of rollerblades. In the middle, you see a bunch of stuff having to do with relationships and some texting back and forth between your business partner. Also, once again, at the very bottom now, as I mentioned, the laptop, we have a bunch of scanned files of the laptop we're going to show over on stream later on today. There's a lot of stuff that arrived today by Purelator, so that's great. Again, the $850 laptop. Let's pull down. Ooh, I can't seem to pull the one. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So we have now the Intel, once again, just showcasing a fact that there's this laptop here that Intel inside, Intel i5 11th generation i5 core. Once again, 1 terabyte SSD and incredible amount of RAM, 16 gig. It's all the specs are there. Basically, you can see the photographs, you can scan documents, and there's a philosophy at the very bottom, as well as some checking of location hours for the sport check, where I was supposed to check rollerblades. Finally, tier system at the very bottom. So we're going to cover all of that kind of jazz, as well as down the bottom left, a little shout out to someone who follows me and just liked one of the things, and I just wanted to show some appreciation and say, quick shout out there. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate that. So we'll get to that in a moment. We also have groceries here, so there's a lot of stuff, man. It's incredible amount of stuff, right? Groceries, food, nutrition. We have at the middle. We're gonna wipe down the room with some paper towels, so obviously the collage is here for that reason. We have a lot of some snack food comparisons there because of hunger. Just one way to quench the satisfaction. That way I don't have to binge eat. Very top, you see some stuff that I intend to use for kind of like calisthenics. We'll talk a little bit about that. Some steel bars. We have receipts, obviously, and I don't want to maximize that too much, actually. So we have also on the bottom right hand corner collage here at the No Frills, so supermarket, as well as the very bottom Taco Bell. So Taco Bell crunchy beef taco, as well as in the middle and above some crackers and Indian snack foods are on sale that I use as ingredients for a dinner. So we can see the receipt there as well. Alright, so let's drop down, okay, and we have a lot of stuff to get through, so we'll start at the very bottom right here. Okay, so I want to start with the tier system that we were talking about the previous live stream this morning as well as yesterday's live stream. So what was induced by? So the Solv 8.5 override as usual, the Solv 9.5 override, Solv whatever override, system override versions, and our accumulations of this kind of, being able to skip the introduction, be able to skip any sort level of detail in any one of these streams, being able to skip certain behaviors or habits I have as I'm conducting the Ahn Rho project on audio recordings, and so on and so forth. Alright, I was trying to come to terms with the architecture, what it means with respect to the Ahn Rho project. What does the Solv override what is actually, how can I fit it into the Ahn Rho project in terms of the specific architecture, like a data structure or a methodology or a strategy. And what it is actually, I should include it as a domain of life such as finance, health, diet, nutrition, volunteering, relationships, principles, philosophy, and one of them should be systems, and specifically under systems is management, and under management, another domain of life aside from systems and management and philosophy should be relativity, or how do you say, like a level of focus, right? The processes. So which level of focus am I focusing on? Specifically, how vague can I keep it without losing the detail? And so what you see here on the right hand side is actually kind of it's a very abstract concept here. But I was checking one of the subs, a good friend of mine, well, barely. It's hard to say good friends when you hardly know anyone like that. So I should just say acquaintance. So we're acquainted, and he's basically one of my first subs who's actually a real person. Check his channel, see how he's doing, and he's doing very well. I think that in checking out his channel, I wanted to see some inspiration and make sure that he's doing well, and he is doing well. He's back on track with his niche, and there's this kind of resolution that came to reading here. I was checking out how he manages Patreon. You can see up here me going through how there's a lot of detail on Patreon. There's not a lot of detail down here having to do with his Steam account. So he has he's a bit of a gamer, so he does a great job doing that kind of stuff as well. So that's why he does a tech channel on gaming and laptops and so on and so forth. It's not my niche, but it is his. And basically, I can tell that he's in tune with his niche. I felt guilty that I almost led him astray into philosophy, but that's not his thing. His thing is in tech, so he stayed true to his intentions, and he doesn't need any, as an adult, as we mature, reflecting on my CPTSD and how I constantly try to help other people, but in fact, the best thing is for them to help themselves. And he's an adult, he can work through his niche and decide what he wants to provide on his channel. And he's done that, and he's a lot happier, and he's a lot more sane that way. And I'm reflecting on what I should do as a reflection of that as well. I should be able to work on my own stuff. And so I take a look, and then look at how much detail he has, how much work he has to do. I check his channel, I see that there's a Steam profile, which he has a whole bunch of achievements. And on Steam, regardless of him, just Steam itself as a platform, there's so many things from achievements to type of games to the followings and the friends that you make on their page. It's all, completely, it's huge. There's so much information there. And I check on Patreon, even there, it's a lot simpler right now for him, but Patreon in general has a bunch of stuff there. You have to set the different tiers and systems of people at which they can subscribe and donate to your Patreon. It's a lot of work. He set all this up, and he couldn't have gotten this done if he hadn't been clear with his objective, with his motives. And so that's what you see here, going from 13, one Patreon creator with no one exception, one person, professional but better moral perhaps. Down here you can see a lot of stuff including the dysfunctional behavior that detracts from his ability to succeed. If that's my particular issue, I should just let him do what he knows he has to get done. On the left hand side here, the feelings of happiness and sanity are also not that great. It misguides him and misguides me, and I should be allowing him to just pursue his own ends through his own means. And so that's kind of a reflection there. Very deep, not very deep, like very, it's like there's so much to explain and describe in this thought process, right? There's so much to it. Over here, thanks for your trust in my abilities, my passion for helping with, oh geez, it's not even related to that. So back to this system override. So the relationship in terms of system override, being able to back away from other people and back away from the detail itself so that I can focus on the things that really matter. If you take a look and just what I just described right there, there's no way that my buddy over there could have gotten all those things done. My acquaintance, this guy who I happen to know, who is very successful in his business and his tech channel, he couldn't get all that stuff done if he weren't, able to extract himself from the trivial details or other things that may distract him, such as other people like me, kind of almost leading him astray. I feel like maybe I'm being a bit harsh on myself, but that's the truth here. I feel like he did better on his own. And so in a sense, I need to do the same. I need to, release the details and focus on what really matters, but also free myself from distractions. And so you can see here the higher tiers, that's what the whole Solv override is supposed to be. It's evolution, it's systems, it's processes, and it's focus. It's attention. Where do you put your attention? Where do you put your resource? It's like a resource management variable. It's a domain, it's a sub-variable of management, but it's a very important one, and it focuses on where it's the relativity of your attention, right? At what level of complexity or simplicity do you focus your attention, time, energy, and resources? Jesus, what a mouthful. I just wanted to get that done, and it took up to 11 minutes. Fuck. Alright. And you see lastly here's the room. So I'm going to focus down here for a second. Goals, views, unprioritized. So then I put wants versus needs are mixed up, and then the next step was failure, prompt, revisit, and then query the problem. What can I do to fix that? And then I went back. So this is kind of mapping out the process and me rethinking about how my thinking process was. My thinking process in designing the room and rearranging the elements of the room, the different sections and regions, how it was dysfunctional, and how I came to the conclusion on what I should do to fix that thinking so that I get it done. Now I have a much better idea of where to put the items are. So region, for example, the backdrop. I already talked about this in a previous live stream, how the hardware is over there, as well as the food and equipment and the storage items, and over here on this side is the office region with the books and the clothing and the shelving and so on and so forth. Alright, that was a lot. Whew, that was a lot of stuff, man. Right hand side, thanks for trusting my ability, my passion, healthy living, staying healthy my priority. Yes, that's going to start. Your mother would digest the enzymes, probiotics, these animals. Talk to her weekly. So this entire text wall of based on my business partner, showing appreciation that I am trusting her ability from now on. I am going to let her do her thing, and I am going to give her referrals, and in fact I should be thanking her, so big ups to her. Hope she does what she does. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, what a mouthful this. Goddamn. Stoic reflections. The setback has often cleared of the way for the greatest prosperity by Marcus Aurelius, as well as this one. So obviously Stoic reflections, not my shit, not my stuff. Copyright notice, not my stuff. So a setback, it's just saying, sometimes you get, every loss is actually an opportunity, that kind of thing. It allows you to reflect and grow stronger, kick back. Like a figurative father of mine is Stoicism. Okay, I want to point out this. I can't believe I'm doing this now. Why is this now? Jesus, like the last 2 minutes. I want to shout out KN, alright, and somebody who actually happened to follow. And I want to say thank you for showing support and giving a little bit like here on one of the videos here, because I don't get stuff like that, and I don't really need it, but I do appreciate that when you show this, it gives me some sense of, oh well, someone's actually paying attention, and that actually helps to provide a little bit of external motivation, aside from the internal motivations that I have for myself, as well as discipline. So I do appreciate that. I want to say a shout out to KN. Thank you very much. I hope you take care of yourself, stay safe, take care of your family and the people you care for if you don't have family. That's a relatable theme. Okay, so let's move on here. I take a look at the title. It's ridiculous. I'm supposed to show Rollerblade. I'm not showing Rollerblade. I'm very barely showing the laptop on the left-hand side right now. So there's the laptop details, the specs, like 16 gigabyte RAM and so on and so forth in French. Here's the packaging and photographs. Oh man, I have like 30 seconds left. You can see here with like the flammable hazard sign. It's Intel, right? It does say Intel inside. So right here, Intel iCore 5, something like that, 11th generation CPU processor. We have Rollerblades, of course, but we can't get to it. Maybe here I'll show a few photographs. It's inside the box. We'll have to do this in the next live stream. It's ridiculous that took so much time. So I'll have to end the live stream here. Sorry, guys. So we'll continue this in the next live stream. We got almost nothing done. It was ridiculous that the solver took so much time.